The new permanent event quest, Be Cursed, Your Shadowy Flame, has brought us Arch-tempered Nu Udra, only available after Hunter rank 100. This is a powered-up version of the Oilwell Basin Apex. It brings increased HP, damage, and some new dreadful attacks. Additionally, this monster is also available in the new free challenge quest, Burn in Blackest Hell. Getting a ranking in said quest by beating him within time limits will award you exclusive pendant rewards. So in this video, I want to show you how we can easily beat this monster and get an A rank in the free challenge. But first, let's cover some basics. This fire cephalopod has overall good hit zone value all over his body. Water is by far its biggest elemental weakness, with an elemental hit zone value of 20 on the head and all of his 6 arms while he is on fire, making it the best element to bring for this fight. This elemental hit zone value will decrease to 15 when you deal enough damage and knock him out of the on-fire state. But the Arch-tempered version will quickly go back to it, so we can ensure high elemental damage for most of the fight. For weapon type matchups, it's your standard blunt weapons aim for the head and the slash weapons aim for the arm. But due to his high hit zone values all over the body, I recommend going for the tempered wound as priority regardless of the weapon type. One skill I highly recommend to bring into this fight is Adaptability Level 2. This skill will negate environmental damage, allowing us to focus on damage without fear of fainting from the burning lava. Earplug Level 2 will also help us to ignore Nu Udra's roar, creating great openings for damage. Alternatively, you can bring Ajarakan's Hunting Horn, which has some of the best melodies for this hunt. You can buff yourself with Environmental Damage Negate, Earplug, and Attack Boost before switching back to your main weapon for this hunt. Now with that out of the way, let's take a look at his notable movesets. There are a few variations of his Tentacle Slam attacks, one of them being the Double Tentacle Slam with a sidestep in between. This is one of the most common moves used by Arch-tempered Nu Udra. It raises one tentacle, then slams it down after half a second, followed by a side slide swing that brings down another tentacle for a second strike. After dodging the first hit, you can preemptively turn towards the monster's center by 90 degrees and dodge sideways to avoid the second hit. After the second hit, he often quickly chains into another close-range attack, so don't rush into damage, stay alert. The second is also a double tentacle slam, but without the sidestep. Instead, he will stay in place while doing 2 slams in sequence. Make sure to observe Nu Udra's movement to decide if he will stay in place. If he does, there is a good opening after the second slam that you can punish with attacks. The third slam attack is a single heavy side slap. Nu Udra will raise one of his tentacles very high and slam it down diagonally, just like how you would do a backhand slap. The best way to avoid it is to dodge towards the direction of his raised tentacle. And there is also a small opening after this attack, so make sure to use it wisely. Full body spin will normally be triggered when we are close to him. Nu Udra will twist his body and raise all of his arms. After a long wind-up, he spins rapidly and spits out fire bombs after the spin. Dodge outwards to avoid the spin and close-range fire bombs, and then quickly dodge inwards to avoid the fire bombs that landed outside. You can also use certain hyper armor moves to completely power through the spin, such as hilt stab or shoulder tackle. Immediately after the spin, if you are still close to him, Nu Udra will often perform his tentacle sweeping attack. One of his tentacles will curl up and then sweep the ground back and forth. You can easily guard this if you have a shield, or dodge inward to the root of his tentacle, which will be a safe zone free from this attack. One thing to keep an eye on is when Nu Udra straightens up his tentacles. This is an indication that he will quickly slam his tentacles downwards. This will happen 3 times between 2 tentacles in turns. You can easily go left and right to avoid this, or use a shield to perfect guard through. Now, another move we can easily punish is his one-sided tentacle slams. He will raise 2 of his tentacles, and perform a heavy slam forward and downward. This attack is very easy to avoid. Walk to the side and towards his head. He will likely miss you, and it's a great time for your punish attacks. In his on fire state, Nu Udra will perform his body slams twice in a row. The animation is very obvious, and the hitbox covers a big range in front of him. Getting out of the way is the best option. I prefer to dodge sideways and then get back close to his head. After the second slam, his face will expose a weak point. We can actually reach it from the side with a focus strike. This is something you don't want to miss. Nu Udra's grab attack is also a very dangerous one. He raises 4 of his front limbs widely and tries to grab forward after 1 second. You can dodge sideways to get out of the way, but a well-timed dodge can also A-frame this attack. If you do get grabbed, however, you can get out of it by spamming the attack button for the first time. But if you get grabbed for the second time, shooting slinger ammo into his eyes is the only way to get out of it. The most dangerous attacks from Nu Udra are his flamethrowers. These attacks can often one-shot us if we get caught in it. There are 2 variations of such an attack. One is his cone-shaped flame attack that is often used right after he digs himself into the ground. The safe zone is actually right in front of him in close range, so when you are in mind range and see this attack, dodge towards him and quickly start attacking is the best strategy. The other one is when he starts pouring oil into the ground. He will perform a very powerful flame bomb attack. His body will also travel backwards for a decent distance. Any surface the oil touches will be deemed unsafe. The best way to deal with it is to quickly run to the back of him and pre-charge your attack as Nu Udra recoils backwards. And finally, another Arch-tempered Nu Udra's new move is his Frenzy Tentacle attack. The wind-up resembles his grab attack, with all 4 tentacles and the sensory eyes aiming forward simultaneously. He then suddenly lashes out multiple times in rapid succession. Since the attack has multiple consecutive hitboxes, it's best to quickly move out of the area in front of its head when you see the wind-up. Once outside, it's safe to start attacking as he completes his moves. Now, with this knowledge, you should be able to easily defeat him within the 14 minutes time limit. But here are a few things that could also improve your time if you are still struggling. The first thing is to make sure you have unlocked Camp 14 and Camp 15 in the basin. Starting the quest from Camp 15 will ensure we are close to Nu Udra's lair. As mentioned before, regardless what weapon you use, I still recommend taking the Ajarakan's hunting horn in your secondary to provide essential buffs before you head out. That includes earplugs, attack boost, and environmental damage negated. Your ultimate goal is to keep Nu Udra in the first zone for as long as possible. Ideally prevent him from running away by using traps and luring pods, and kill him right here. Of course, defeating Nu Udra in the first zone is extremely difficult. If he does run away, quickly fast travel to Camp 14 and he will likely be there. There are 3 boulders in this zone. Utilizing one or even all 3 of them will almost guarantee you a decent ranking. And with that concludes my guide on the encounter against Arch-tempered Nu Udra and how to get an A rank easily in the free challenge quest. I hope you find it useful. If you are looking for some help, join my Discord, find the community, or catch me on Twitch and let's hunt together. Thanks for watching and see you next time.